Good evening. What happened to my live stream? Don't have my... There we go. There it is. Got her figured out. Hello, welcome everybody to the Rogues Guild. My name is Rogue Patton, and I am super excited today because I found out yesterday that YGG has added Splinterlands to this lineup of GAP quests. So for those of you that are either new to Splinterlands or new to me specifically, when I started playing Splinterlands in 2004, YGG had a pretty big presence in SPL. And they created their own sub-DAO, the YGG SPL sub-DAO. And I was a part of that for a good amount of time. But then when they went into the YGG GAP season 5, I think it was 5, that's when they launched this new system where it was, you know, for everybody. And I thought that was awesome, but Splinterlands was never a part of it ever since then. And so as I was participating in some of the GAP seasons, I really liked the structure. I thought it was cool that any company could kind of come in here and start to, kind of post and advertise, and then YGG would just swarm their mass following of people at these different games. And in my head, I was like, let's go. Like, Splinterlands could do this. We were already like set up in a way that like we could make some pretty cool quests. So that day is here. That day is absolutely here, and I'm super excited for this. So, knowing kind of what I've seen in the past, at least with a couple of the YGG GAP seasons, I wanted to kind of create this video very early, so that way, anybody that was curious about the game of Splinterlands would have like a point of reference that they could just go and watch and kind of get themselves ready for the GAP season, so they're not just like either blindly coming into the site and not really going, and just kind of figuring it out, or, asking a bunch of questions in the Discord, right? Hopefully we can just answer a couple of those right out the gate right away. So let's go ahead and go right into these quests. I'm making this video from the perspective of being familiar with YGG and not being familiar with Splinterlands. If there's anybody that is super familiar with Splinterlands but is not familiar with the YGG or the GAP season, please hit me up on snaps, hit me up on PeakD, send me a quick little snap and be like, hey, what's this YGG quest thing about? I will absolutely forward you and send you in on all that. But so let's get into this. We've got 6 quests this season for Splinterlands. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. Essentially, it's the intro into Splinterlands. This quest is set up with where you actually do not need the spell book yet. If I'm reading this one correct. Everything else, I believe you'll require the spell book. We'll talk about the spell book in a minute. But all this requires is that you register an account. Splinterlands is, you're able to set up an account with just your email and essentially your Web 2 still at that point. You're not getting any of the Web 3 features or anything like that. You're just playing the game Web 2. And there's no issues with that. So there is a quest for that. This is the free-to-play quest, essentially. And so what it's asking you to do is to start off playing 15 matches win at least 15 matches in training mode using Ghost Modern cards. So then let's go ahead and go into the game. This is essentially your play feature, and you go into ranked play. This is like your main play screen, and the training feature is right up here on the right. So if you click on this is essentially where you get to pick your difficulty. I totally recommend starting easy, and let's start in novice. The way that our game is set up is the cards themselves are all a single level. So let's go ahead and take a look at those real quick. So let's go in here. Let's look at some cards. Let's just go look at all cards, or let's just say the Conclave Arcana. So when you're looking at a card, you know, we have commons, rares, epics, and legendaries based on this little gem up in the top, right? So for us, the first card that you pick when you're picking a team is called the Archon. This is the summoner. This is this is the card that you build the rest of your team around. Okay, when you are choosing this card, it starts at level 1, and essentially the Archon's levels allow you to summon more and bigger leveled up monsters. So right now we're just going to be playing in Novice, just so that everybody kind of understands the fundamentals of the game. And what Novice is, it's level 1 cards across the board. So you don't have to worry about leveling up. You don't have to worry about any of that right now. You can just, you know, focus on the gameplay. So level 1 means that, you know, at level 1, this Archon can summon a level 1 common, a level 1 rare, a level 1 epic, and a level 1 legendary. Okay. So when we move into the different tiers and leagues, Bronze League has a setting to where you can play your rares up to level 2, which means that if your rare is level 2 and you have a rare Archon, you can play level 3 commons, level 2 rares, level 2 epics, but still only level 1 legendary. So this is kind of one of the unique aspects of this game, is that there's not really a bulk card. You know what I mean? Like normally when you're looking at Magic the Gathering, or you're looking at Pokemon, or you're looking at anything like that, you crack open a booster pack, you're thumbing through like 9 commons before you get to anything that's actually playable. Most people are literally buying I'm aging myself when I say $3 booster packs. I think they're $5 nowadays. But you buy a $5 booster pack for like 1 card most of the time. In our game, it's actually pretty unique because you can combine these cards to level them up, and like they get significantly bigger and badder as they level up. So if I'm looking at, like, let's say this Ashen Grimguard here. So if I'm looking at the stats here at level 1, it's got 1 magic attack, 1 speed, 2 health. And it's got this ability called Opportunity. But as we level it up, we can see it's getting stronger. It's getting faster, it's getting bigger, it's getting more abilities. And if we combine 400 copies of this one card, we get it to max level. And this is level 10, this is top level play, diamond level. It's pretty cool. And this thing gets 2 attack, 4 speed, 5 health, and it's got silence, pain forge, and opportunity. So just that's a basic concept of like leveling up cards. But like I said, we're going to focus on just Novice, and it's just level 1 cards. So we go back to rank play and we go back to training. That's what we're going to do for our like 10 wins in training mode, is we're going to get used to the game, and we're going to figure out how to build correct lineups. So we're going to just easy difficulty, Ghost Modern, Novice. So the Ghost cards are a cool free-to-play feature where essentially you have every card unlocked and you can play with any card that's available in the Modern League. If you're familiar with Magic the Gathering, or I think Pokemon has a rotating standard as well, there's this concept of like the cards that have been printed over the last 2 years are available for you to play with. That's what our Modern League is. Modern League has the most recent set that we just released, which is Conclave Arcana, and Rebellion, which was a set that was released a little over a year ago. Those 2 sets are legal in Modern. And that's really the Wild is essentially every card that's ever been printed is legal to play. So that's a bigger meta. So I would recommend sticking with Modern. So, you know, let's play it, and I'll kind of run through how these work. So you get some push notifications here. I'm going to turn them off because I'm going to talk through them. But this is the feature for all of those. But these are the bots it's going to set you up with. And so right now what it's doing is it's telling me that I have to build a team that is no more than 25 mana. I'm only allowed to play Death. And our special rule set is healed out. So there's no healing that we're allowed to do. So we're going to go ahead and take a look now. And these are my first list of summoners that I can go for. So I can go ahead and pick any of these. Sorry, the Archons. For this set, I'm just going to go ahead and try one of the new ones. This is Razzie Clanker Trap. She has a close range ability, so all of my monsters that I summon will have close range, which means that rangers can attack from the first position. And this has got the new ability called Bloodline Dominion. So what Bloodline Dominion does is it allows me to essentially play gnomes from any color while I'm in black. So I'm going to go ahead and pick her. And the main thing that you're looking for when you're setting this stuff up is, like, at 25 mana, one of the best things you really want to go for is you always want to play as many monsters as you can. So if you've got 6 spots to fill and you've got 25 mana, you're looking for an average cost of like 4, right? The way this game is set up is your range or your melee monsters have this little saw blade here. They can attack from position 1 unless they have a special ability like opportunity or sneak. Rangers cannot attack in position 1, but they can if they have close range. And then magic can attack from anywhere. So those are the 3 main attack types that we're looking for here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up with a... I like this gnome strategy. So I'm going to play with some gnomes here. Or maybe I won't. Let's see. What can I do? Let's go with kind of a bigger tank up front. Let's play with a gnome. This has got weapons training, which is an ability that allows me to put it next to a creature that has no attack, and it gives it its attack. So we're going to go with that. So we're averaging pretty good. I've got 18 of 25 mana, so I got 7 mana left. So I'm going to pick this Rodentia, and I'm going to pick this... Oops, and I screwed that up. But you can shuffle these cards around, and essentially you can put up a lineup that looks something like this. So what my opponent did is he did about the same thing I did. Ran this weapons trainer with 2 attackers next to it that'll get a range attack. I did the same thing, but I also ran a sneak monster that has reckless, which kind of pairs with the gnome strategy. I just didn't get it in the right spot to really take advantage of that. And then this card had reach, so I was supposed to put that in position too, but I ended up messing that up. But that's what you get. You get 2.5 minutes to set a lineup and kind of put these cards in a way that make the most sense to you. So what I've done is I've put something up front that's got a good amount of shields and a good amount of health. So it should stay alive for a little while. And hopefully that'll give me enough time to be able to kind of get this damage in and come out with the victory here. I've got another thing that dropped in from position 1 that is actually, that actually had some shields to it, so that's helpful. But my little Rodentia here is actually doing a lot more damage to my own guys than what I wanted it to, so I end up losing this one. But my lineup was rough. I didn't set it up right, but do that, a bunch of times till you start to get pretty comfortable with, putting in a lineup that makes sense. Maybe get those 15 wins first before you move on, more as like a comfort level. So looking at this one, wow, they are really... Normally when you play Wood League and Novice League, you don't get like these crazy rule sets. So this is Fog of War, Deflection Shield, and Earthquake. So this is actually a pretty advanced rule set. A lot of the stuff you'll find when you start playing ranked isn't going to be this advanced. But this is essentially, you can only attack position 1. There's no sneaking, no sniping, no opportunity. This is no Thorns damage, no Magic Reflect. And this is Earthquake, which means everything that isn't flying will take 2 damage every turn. So what I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to try to find some flyers. I like this Bloodline Dominion here with the shields, because that'll pair well with the flying aspect. If all of my Ulans have shield, then that means they'll only take 1 damage from the from the earthquake versus the full damage. So this is a new ability called Bloodline Tribute. So when this thing dies, it'll beef up all of my range and magic Ulans. So I'm actually gonna put this out front as like a little sacrifice in the very beginning. But what do I want to do from there? This is where it's looking a little rough. I'm gonna put this Uland right next to it, and I'm gonna put something big in between. So now I'm gonna line up my stuff in a way that it makes sense. I've got my Rangers in the very back, because if they drop to position 1, they can't attack. I've got magic essentially next, and then I've got, oops, let's put that there. I've got this one that I want to die first. It's got an ability that will boost my other hippos. And so these guys will get hippo boosted once this guy dies. So I want that to die first. This will help protect some damage from this ability called Reckless. And then hopefully everything else just sticks around long enough that I really start to get some good damage off of it. So the thing that you can do is, as you're kind of playing this game a little bit more and getting comfortable, you can go to this website called splintercards.com. Splintercards.com. It's got really all of our database and all of our information that we have in our game. It's a great tool, and you can go to the gameplay and look at abilities. As you can see, we have a metric crap ton of abilities. And so if you're ever curious about what an ability does, but like that 2-minute timer is kind of freaking you out, just come here, take a minute, maybe look at a couple things, look at the cards outside of your specific, matches and everything, and just go kind of get an idea of what they all do and try to build some synergies there. So let's see how this goes. He's got some shields up front. He's attacking. So honestly, I feel pretty good. Feel pretty good about this one. I think I got it. He used a tactic summoner and gave something shield, but I don't know what he gave shield. But you saw that Bloodline Tribute just went off. All my stuff got a little bit bigger. If it shared an attack with it, there you go. Now that earthquake damage went. All my stuff's pretty big. I am mowing through this one. Go hippos. So those are the hippos, are like the new abilities that are happening. So there you go. That's that first win in training mode. So everything is tracked. You can go and review your battle histories and all that stuff going forward. But if you guys have any questions at all, like if I'm going too fast or if you want to see something again, please like let me know in the chat, and we can talk about whatever specifically you want to. The Fizz, good day. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. So that is how you do your training modes. This is essentially the best free-to-play option, and this is the best way that you can start to get comfortable with the game. Just playing those novice matches, playing those ghost cards, and being able to play whatever. So now this next step, it says reach Bronze League in modern ranked mode. So when you start the game, you start in what's called Wood League, right? I don't know if you start at rating 100 or if you start at rating 0. I can't remember. But while you're in Wood League, you need, this says rating points required is 160 to get to Bronze 3. I'm already at 100. But while you're in Wood, you're essentially still playing bots. They're not real people yet. These are kind of like training, little helpers. They're not super ramped up. But let's see what's available, because right now I have no staked SPS. I have no cards. I have no nothing. I've added 3,000 DEC to this account to simulate the 3,000 credits that you'll receive when you purchase a spellbook. But like, I'm not using any of that yet. Let's pretend I haven't purchased a spellbook. What are we actually doing? So I don't have any energy to battle. Let me, where's my energy? I have some extra glint. I had a bot that was running forever, so I'm just going to go ahead and burn that glint and get some energy for us to be able to keep talking about this and play this out. So now I've bought 12 energy. You don't have to worry about that. Theoretically, you don't have to worry about that, because when you just start the game, you've got 50 energy. Like, you should have plenty of energy. Energy is essentially the thing that we use in this game to make it so that you can't just farm rewards forever. You regenerate energy at 1 energy per hour, so essentially you can play 24 games in a day without, really burning any of your energy. As you progress through the game, you earn more energy later through chests, through rewards. Like, you can play more than that if you want to, but in order to just keep up with your energy regen, that's kind of the floor. You do 24 matches a day. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Let's do a wood match. So this is now ranked play. When you click this battle button and you're in the seeking opponent aspect of here, you are in like the ranked play mode now. So now we're trying to fulfill this aspect of the Reach Bronze League. And what that means is you've gotten out of wood, So this is more along the lines of what you're going to see pretty normally, where it doesn't limit what colors you play. It just lets you play whatever of these colors you want to play, and it gives you this standard rule set where there's nothing special going on. This is your basic level of play, which all of you should be experiencing as soon as you come in. You're playing a bot, you get to play whatever color you want, and you just run, okay? So what you have here is starter cards, okay? And it looks like only starter cards from the Rebellion set, so that's pretty interesting. I kind of wanted to see this live because I didn't know how this was going to look for you guys. I didn't know if we had ghost starter cards for Conclave Arcana that was going to be in here, but we'll talk about this. So this is still the free-to-play aspect. We are in we're in modern. So what are we going to do? What do we want to do? I'm going to try to play one of these dual color ones. I'm going to go green and white so that way I can play 2 colors, or I can do this blue and black one. Blue and white. I'm actually going to do blue and white. Let's see. Looking at some of these. So this tank heal in modern or in bronze is just a real good ability. So I think I'm always going to have that in my lineup. But what am I going to put with it? It kind of has enough health that it'll actually kind of get a benefit from that. I've got a weapons trainer and 2 things that I can weapons train, so that's kind of pretty good. But as you see here, like, you see how everything's red now? I'm at 16 of my 18 available mana because I've played 3, 5, 4, 2, 2, right? So this is 8, that's 16. So there's actually not another 2 mana card for me to play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of reevaluate this. Like, do I really want this 5? Or do I want to try to take advantage of something else? Maybe bigger, something that might, like, if I don't have anything cheaper to play, the only thing I can play here is a 3. So if I took 5 off and ran a 3, I could run a 3-4 or something like that. So maybe I do that. I run the Archmage, and then I run maybe this as my tank. We could do that. That would be a full 18. Or I run something like the Archmage Bolter or the Sea Dog of 8 instead of like splitting like this. So 2 health, 4 health, 1 shield versus 8 health and a shield. I kind of like that. So I'm going to take these 2 off, and I'm going to run the Sea Dog. And I'm going to set these guys up in a way that it makes sense. Oh, no, I messed it up again. Darn it. So, like, I was trying to shuffle my guys right at the very end. And so now I've got this weapons trainer that is not in between these 2. So this one's the only one that's going to be weapons trained. But luckily, I think I'm going to get away with this because we're in the lower leagues. So I hope I don't get punished for that. I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, we're going to be okay. Luckily, it's new user friendly down here because, man, I am butchering it. So, we are in the completely free to play aspect. I have no staked SPS. I have no rental cards. I have no nothing. And I'm in Wood League. I just got 20 ranking points. So now I'm going up. And the glint that I've earned is 33. Okay. So 33 glint. Glint is the in-game free currency that you'll use to purchase soulbound cards. We'll talk about that now, I guess we might as well. So when we're looking at this, the next step in this intro to Splinterlands is to own at least 50 soulbound cards by the end of GAP Season 10. So that one match at 120 rating with no rewards, no nothing, got me 33 glint. If I go to the reward shop, then this is where I can see where I can spend that glint. So we have rarity draws, which are the cards. I can buy a common soulbound card for 150 glint. I can buy a rare for 750, or I can buy an epic for 7,500, or I can buy a legendary for 35,000. These are the levels of the pools that you can do. Or, you can pull chests, which could be a collection of things. They have a little breakdown here where you've got like a 33% chance of it being a reward card. You have a 32% chance of it being potions, 30% chance of it being merits, and 5% chance of energy. That's an option too. It really all depends on what you're looking to get out of this. If you're looking to just really kind of come in here and farm and like just hit the soulbounds the best that you can, I think the common draws might be the best bet for you. Versus the minor chest, because you're spending more glint for a minor chest and you have less chance of getting a card. I personally, in this game right now, I go for the chests because I need merits, because merits help you buy gladiator cards. They're important for brawls and all that stuff. That's later as you become more familiar with Splinterlands. You can also gain energy through those. Potions are used for packs. There's just a lot of value in those chests, and I prefer them more. But for the sake of the quest and for your YGG journey, I got a feeling this is going to be your thing, right? So with 33 glint, essentially 5 wins, and you can get one of these cards, right? So, but that's low, right? So let's keep going. If you did that, so like, in what we've done right now, I've shown you that you can do this quest with $0 and just go. Like, just start playing, and you can figure it out, as you're kind of moving. So what I want to do now is I want to go through some of these other quests here, so that way everybody kind of understands where we're at here. So going from there, these are tournaments, and this is tournaments. So I'll show you, we have tournaments all the time. They're super awesome and fun. I love tournaments. So if you go to play and you go to tournaments, this is the page it takes you to. So this page will tell you that, what tournaments are coming up. So this one is coming up at 7:30 in the morning. It's a 24 hours per round tournament. So like, when it starts, you've got 24 hours to submit all your teams. Doesn't matter what your opponents are doing, you've got 24 hours. That's cost 100 DEC to get in, and it is a Sacred Hand Silver Cup, so it's Rebellion only, and it's Silver League cards. And the prizes are 191 SPS for 1st through 4th, all the way down to 6 SPS at 65 to 128th. So 16 SPS is about 16 cents right now. We're at about a penny per SPS. So 100 DEC is about 10 cents. So if you get top 128, you've, 50% increase on your money. And that's just the floor prize there. So, but these tournaments are pretty hard. You really need silver levels to kind of be doing that, and that's pretty advanced. But YGG has said they're going to create these specific tournaments. So as you become more familiar with the game, as you're able to kind of like progress and get better with the game, jump into these tournaments as they come up and just participate in them and see what you can do. If you're part of one of these bigger guilds, jump in. There's 6 tournaments that are going to be scheduled. We've got 9 days before the first one comes up, so no real big deal. We'll, you know, if you're a part of one of those, get in there, participate. The premium quest is also awesome because it actually doesn't have any do good criteria. It just has participation criteria, which is awesome. So if you have your spell book and you've got these 2 tournaments to participate in, and all you do is participate, and like you could go for some of these prizes, but you'll get what's called a prefix title, which is an in-game item that allows you to earn more in your battles. So you'll get more glint, you'll get more SPS. Like, that's a permanent title that'll give you a permanent like yield boost on all of your battles that you go for. Currently, there is actually no tradable prefix titles in the game. I feel like these will have to be tradable. We have tradable regular titles. Like I'll show you those. Like if you go to items and you go to item, oh, that's mine. Sorry. If you go to the market and you go other items, like titles are tradable and they are sellable. You know, I think the cheapest title you can get right now is $70. And that's because it's got land use. It's got a bunch of use, honestly. So titles are awesome. So that prefix actually has me pretty interested because these are essentially afterwards titles. The only prefix titles we have in the game right now are associated with land ownership. So if you have a certain amount of plots, or if you have a keep, or if you have special plots, you get a prefix title, which gives you a boost. And that is constantly checking to see if it's true that you still have that title. These, though, I think this actually sounds like it'll receive like a permanent in-game. Like, that's actually, I don't know. That might be tradable. It might be soulbound. I don't know, but it's definitely worth because very few people have prefix titles. So I've already minted. I've minted my premium pass. I'm going for the prefix title 1000%. But that's just a participation reward. So when those tournaments come up, you go into here, you go into tournaments, and it'll probably be a free entry with some check to make sure that you have that in your wallet or something like that, that premium pass in your wallet. You'll go ahead and enter, and then that'll be it. Confirm. Yes. Sorry, that's my Hive wallet, but... And then, boom, you'll be in. So... that'll be what you do for there. So let's actually go into one of these other ones, because I think there was one more that you could do without actually owning a spellbook. So Conclave Collector is another one. So this quest is meant to introduce... no, okay, you do need a spellbook for this one too. I know you need a spellbook for this one. Oh, no, you don't. Wow, you could grind for this one without a spellbook. Let's go. Okay, so this one says to win 250 total matches in Modern Ranked. That is literally what we were doing in this. So if you go into your ranked play, this is Modern Ranked. So that 24 battles a day, blah, blah, blah. Like, that is where you can try to do it for free with only the starter cards. And what they'll do is they'll check this right here. If you click on your in-game, it'll show you, you know, your lifelong stats while you've been in the game, right? So I created this account in 2023. This is one of my alts. This isn't my main account, but I wanted to show some of the new stuff. So this account has ran a total of 222 battles in Modern and has only won 106. So this account doesn't even qualify for that. But if you're doing very well in this game, you know, you should win more than 50% of your matches, but 50% of your matches might actually be kind of the floor of success. So if you're going to win 250 matches, plan on playing 500 matches, And if you can get 25 matches in a day, how many is that? That's 20 days. So you can do that in a season, like in a gap season. Because we've got, this is going till July 11th. Yes, you have time. If you wanted to try to go this free to play, I don't know how far you'll get. So maybe the rest of this video will be for if you're kind of struggling on the free to play aspect and you can't really get past, you know, this, we'll see what the spell book can do for you. All right. So, all right. So that one is the other free to play. So we have the intro and we have the modern novice are both free to play. The Conclave Collector, the Premium Participant, that, and I believe the Soulbound Stacker is also not Spellbook. Okay. So you can do a lot of this without a Spellbook. That's impressive. It might be very hard, though. It might be very hard because remember when we did the math, right? We did the math on that last win that we had where it was 33 glint. And then we also did the math on, like, if you're winning 50% of your matches in a day, it'll take you 20 days to win 250 matches. Well, 250 matches at that win, like for glint, that's only, like, that's a fifth. That's 50 soulbound cards, not 500 soulbound cards. So if you're going to get 500 soulbound cards, you need to be playing at a higher level. And you need to be like winning a lot more glint. So let me show you how I would recommend doing that. So let's talk about the spell book. The spell book, what that is that's Splinterlands giving you a Hive wallet. They're essentially making everything for you and getting you completely set up in game for $10. Unlike like MetaMask or the Ronin wallet or anything like that, the Hive wallets are actually not free to make. The Hive ecosystem, the Hive blockchain, is a resource-based, so it's like a gasless blockchain, but it's all run on what's called resource credits. And so you have to essentially stake Hive, the native token of Hive, in your wallet to have Hive power, you know, and that Hive power allows you to do whatever you need to do on the blockchain. Splinterlands runs on the Hive blockchain, but Splinterlands is such a powerhouse in Hive that they've actually, what they're able to do is they have so many resources that when you make a wallet, they will go behind the scenes and stake some Hive on your behalf without you even knowing that they're doing this. So that way you can use the blockchain freely, almost like it's a Web 2 game. You have no idea, but like they are putting all of these resources and stuff into place to make it seamless for you. And so that's absolutely awesome. You can, as you're longer here, you can learn more about Hive. You can participate in it yourself, branch out. You know, they have blogging to earn money. They have a bunch of other different games on Hive. Like, it's an awesome ecosystem over here. But that is what you're paying for. You're paying for that wallet, for the Hive power. The DAO, the Splinterlands DAO, also stakes some SPS on your account for you. So that way you can start earning right away. And then you also get some booster packs right out the gate that produce real NFTs that you can absolutely sell right away. Like, it is 100%. You can sell it. You own it. It's not soulbound. These are real cards. They also will give you 3,000 credits. So 3,000 credits is essentially the in-game currency, and 1,000 credits equals $1. So I put the 3,000 DEC on the account to simulate that, because DEC is about at the same price right now, what we call PEG. So if you create that spell book, you're actually getting a lot of value. You're getting the cards, you're getting the credits, and you're getting the wallet that is just ready to perform in this ecosystem. So magic. All right, I have now my Hive wallet. This is where I'm at. I have this. The only thing that's missing for me is that because I created this account a long time ago, the DAO is not giving me any SPS. So what you do is you go to SPS, right here, and this is essentially the in-game currency that you'll earn in the game. So what I'm gonna do right now is, normally when you're down here, this is where it shows you what your delegations are. You should have, on creating your wallet right away, you should come into here and see that there might be like 1,000 SPS or something. I don't remember exactly what the DAO's committed to, but I can tell you right now that SPS is really cheap to rent. So one of the first things that I would recommend is renting SPS in order to increase your earnings. So let's go manage. Let's go market. And let's request SPS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to request 10,000 SPS. And I'm going to request it at 0.001 DEC per SPS. So what you'll notice is like that this is costing me 70 DEC. And what's going to happen is that means I'm going to get, what I'm paying is I'm paying 70 DEC to have somebody in the ecosystem stake 10,000 SPS on my account so that I can earn with their SPS. And I'm going to pay them 70 DEC to do it. That's a real cool feature because that's 7 cents for somebody to stake $1,000. I'm sorry, not $1,000, $100 worth of tokens on my account. Like, just think about that. It's almost like a loan, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Splinterlands, I'm gonna do it not into multiple bids. I'm just gonna say one bid for 10,000 SPS because I know there's plenty out there to do that. So I'm gonna confirm, and I'm gonna spend the 70 DEC, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So now that bid will go out, and it'll need to be filled at some point. It'll be an open bid. Let's see if I look at other bids that are on the system. There's quite a few that are still out here. So I don't know. Maybe mine will get filled soon. Maybe it won't. But I've got it out there. Okay. So that's the first thing you could do. Also, if you do you notice how all the bids here were at the 0.01 DEC? If you wanted to jump this line, it's just like any other bid system. You could do 0.002 and just like jump right ahead of everybody, and somebody will fill your bid first, because now instead of spending 7 cents, you'll spend 14 cents for the same rewards, right? So that'll be something. Oh, look, it's already there. See? Feels quick. So there you go. I now, through that bid, I spent 7 cents, and I now have $100 worth of SPS staked on this account ready to play. So let's go ahead and go back to Novice and see what that does to our rewards. So let's go ranked play. Let's go ahead and run another battle, and let's see what that looks like. You'll see this glint boost. I'll show you when we get back. But ooh, we've got a 99 mana. This is the max. This is where you play all of your biggest stuff. So we're just going to go in here and we're going to slam big old cards. Let's see. What are some of the biggest cards I can play? White. White doesn't have like the real big ones I'm looking for. So let's cancel that. Then let's go blue. Blue's not super crazy, but I can boost the range attack. And so I can make this guy double strike for 3 range. That's pretty powerful. Let's see, what's black doing? Black's got a pretty big one, but that's a taunter, so ooh, that's a big range attack. Let's see. Let's do green. Green's got some pretty big stuff. I like that one with the Chew Strike. That's pretty big. I can poison something of theirs too. Alright, let's do blue. I'm gonna do the double striking on the range guy. So we're gonna put this big dude up front. Actually, no, we're not. Let's do this. Nope. Yeah, we're good. All right, so let's do 1 ranger, 2 rangers. No, we're going to take that one off. See how this guy was sniping? I'm going to put another sniper in, and I'm just going to beef up these snipers so that way we're like really hitting the back line pretty heavy here. We've got an opportunity guy swinging for 2, so we'll get him in there. And then probably just keep beefing up the line. I like this one. All right, so let's see. Let's put all of our melee guys up front, all the range guys in the back, but you know, let's put our probably our most important one. Let's do this. So I put this guy back here. No, I'm gonna switch this. This guy's gonna be my most important. I don't think they're gonna run a lot of sneak, so that's the reason I'm putting him back there. If I thought they were running a lot of sneak, I would just switch them, because then this guy would die first, but he also has some high speed and some evasion, so he might not get hit. But those are all big plays. So let's run it, see what we got. All right, so everything looking okay for us. We do have a headwinds here, so that's gonna interfere with this a little bit, but I still look pretty good here. Let's run it. So I'm gonna give 2 extra range attacks to my guys in the back, and I can speed this up to a level 4. Ooh, I'm getting return fired. That was gonna hurt. I almost lost my biggest attacker in the back. Oof. But we're getting there. We got it. Got it. All right, so still earn that 33 glint that we earned last time. So let's try to get out of wood and see what happens when we get to bronze, because I got a feeling that's when the glint boost will really start to kick in. Right now we're at 39 per win. Let's just keep this going. So your rating, as your rating increases, the function of your glint is by the rating. So as you climb higher in the rating, you'll earn more glint, and so your multiplier, if your multiplier is bigger and your base earning is bigger, then your total pool will be a lot bigger. So let's get to bronze here. Let's see, standard match. We can probably run the same team. Let's run the same team, but this time let's run a little bit of you, a little bit of you again, because we like you. And then, do I have enough mana to just do everything I want to do? Probably not. I like that big guy up front, but I think I could just get away with this. In bronze, this hippo with like 17, like a 5 shield and a 12 health, like most of these guys aren't doing a lot of damage, so it'll take forever to get through him. So I think this is enough to just kind of maybe spam this team and get in there. So let's see. Yep, do it again. Just kind of beef up the snipers. Go for it. The main part of this game is it's just like any other game that you're playing. You're trying to gain advantage on your opponent. So the faster you can knock out their monsters before they knock out yours, you just start to gain that advantage. So, you know, stacking snipers or like really focusing on your attacks, that's kind of really the best way to go. So I'm now on a win streak. So instead of winning 20 ranking, I actually won 40. So if you can sustain a win streak, then you will you'll be able to climb twice as fast doing that. So we might be able to just span this team to get through wood. So I'm glad I was able to maybe find something for everybody to just kind of rush through this, because there was the other aspect is once we get out of this and we start finding real players, what I want to show you guys is renting cards. because that'll be essentially what you do with the rest of your earnings there. So now we're in standard. We're still 42 mana. I think we're still just gonna slam the same team. I think this might be something you can just get away with spamming. So let's see. Yeah, that was a 42 mana team there, and that's beautiful. Beautiful. Spam it. And the cool thing is you're playing bots, so you don't gotta wait forever. So let's do this and go for it again. This was literally the same team that we played the last time, so we are going to get some of that return fire, which could hurt us. Oh, yeah, lost one of them, but at least my double striker's still around, so we should still be okay. That hippo is just, it takes so much damage that, you know, it's hard to really overcome that onslaught. So all right, so we're still getting there. We still are making it. Oh, that's the other thing that we've got. Okay, so we're not earning any SPS because we've got a minus 100% because of starter cards. So we are still playing with starter cards. Now that's not affecting our glint. So like you won't earn any SPS once you've purchased your spell book if you're still using starter cards. But once we start getting renting, then you'll see that reward start to come in. But really, you don't need to be renting anything yet until you've kind of played for a while and you have an idea of really what you want to be playing once you start renting. So let's try to keep going. If I can keep this win streak going 2 more matches, and I'll get out of wood, and we can just go right into bronze at that point, and I'll show you what the difference is between bronze and wood league. So what have we earned so far? 35, 34, 33, 33. Nothing. Oh, because that was training. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4 matches. So 130, or sorry, 3 times 4. Yeah, we've about 130 glint. So I think in those 4 matches, we've earned our first soulbound card. So we can maybe crack that open here soon. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, at 26 mana, we might not have enough for our hippo, but I still think that might be the best play still. Actually, no. What I'm gonna do is, now that we're down low, that weapons training seems to be pretty broken, and each color has a 2-cost card in it that doesn't have an attack that can be weapons trainable. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run one of these dual colors. I think realistically, I for sure like the green one. Let me check. I like the white one too. So let's do both of those and that, and then let's see what we can kind of build around it. So let's go here, and maybe we run this big guy up front. Yeah, but now so we've got essentially 10 health up front, and we've got a healer. How about we do this? Let's, instead of that, let's throw this Oh, I can't afford the hippo. Boo. Because I've got a healer here, so I want to run something up front that's going to have a lot of attack. So let's just run that. Let's run that. See what that does. Hopefully that does enough. Am I healing? Yeah. So all of that, they're doing, 2, 4. They're only doing 4 damage to me. That one guy was sniping, but I'm healing for 3. So essentially, they're never going to make it through the front line like that. And that's really where this kind of matchup really gets out of control. Is if you're able to heal your front tank and they can't do enough damage to actually get through it, then it's an auto win. All right, one more. Ooh, never mind, I made it. So Modern Bronze 3, I've unlocked it. This is essentially that that step, like you've made it to bronze now, so you completed that part of the quest. So the only other part of the quest would be the soulbound cards. So view rewards, you get 3 bronze chests. So let's go ahead and look at these. You get chests every time you level up in a league. So when we look at this, we've got 102 merits. You can use merits to buy gladiator packs. If you can get 2,000 merits, you can buy a gladiator pack. And a gladiator pack actually has 5 soulbound cards in it, so that'll help. You don't earn a lot of merits in these bronze chests, so like it'll take quite a few of that to get there, but it's just another option. You got legendary potion. Those are used when you're opening up booster packs. They increases your chance of pulling a legendary in these packs. So, ooh, got an energy back. So that'll be good. So no soulbound cards there, but we are now officially in bronze, and we still have starter cards. So let's do 1 more, maybe 2 more. We'll do 1 more and see if we can get away with this in the first tier of bronze, or if it's gotten a little bit too crazy, and maybe we'll have to go do some rentals. This will be a good feel of whether or not you can kind of stay free to play during this entire adventure. But you know, looking at some of these glint rewards, if you can't climb that high with starter cards, it might actually be pretty rough for you to continue. But the more YGG people that end up showing up, the more that you might actually get away with the free to play aspect. So all right, so what's going on, Red? I'm putting a video for the YGG people coming in so that everybody knows how to kind of hit the chests or hit their quests when they come in. So I'm running a new account and kind of running through these quests here. But all right, so now we're here. We're still playing against basic rebellion cards. So we've got heavy metal now, so it's now you can only play armored units. So let's see what I can get away with. In blue, these are the only cards that actually have armor. So this is all that I could play. This still looks fine. Like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 things that we can kind of attack with. Let's see what white looks like. White's looking a lot better. You got a lot of things that you can attack with here. So this is probably the color to go with. So then maybe we even do a blue-white if we wanted to. Let's see what black's looking like. Black's not doing much, so we're not going to do black. And let's see what red's doing. Red's real light. White seems to be the heavy color here, so let's go ahead and run white. Let's run our Silver Blade, who has flank, so I can put a melee attacker behind it. For sure, the Grimbardoon Fighter. The Bolter, a double attacker with a headwinds to decrease range, is for sure. Got an Opportunity True Striker. We're going to definitely go with that. We love that. And I guess that's it. Now, this is back where, you know, I have 1 extra mana, so I could reshuffle some of these around, try to get, so like instead of maybe the 5, maybe I'm running 4 and 2. So instead of running this 2 melee attack with Opportunity and True Strike, I'm actually going to choose to run these 2 cards, which is the same amount of mana, but I'm doing 2 magic attack between the 2. And it's got more health between the 2 of them too. So we're going to kind of stack those right there and then run it. Now, from a tactics ability, I can choose one of these abilities and apply it to my monsters based on what my opponent's showing here. My opponent's not actually really doing anything, so I think I'm just gonna go for the speed. I've got the need for speed. Because I don't really self-heal in bronze. Like, nobody's got a lot of health to really be taking advantage of that. So I'm actually going to go for the speed. We're going to go speed here and speed here. So I can get these guys attacking a lot sooner. If you ever get to the point where you're like super confident and all this stuff, you can skip a battle, go right to the end screen, and because it runs it all. If you get kind of to the point where you don't really want to be watching all that stuff go through, if you think you're going to win, that's always an option. So yeah. So we're still not earning any SPS because we're playing with nothing but our reward cards. But, you know, just got, 38 glint and we're still on our win streak. So we're at 300 rating. Let's, I don't know, maybe keep this going until we figure out where we run into some real people with some real cards. Might be up at bronze 2, maybe a little bit later. But if we can get to the point where we're actually maybe one win gets us enough to pull a soulbound card, like if we get to 130 glint, maybe maybe we'll get to the point where we've actually can reach the 500, SPS, or I mean the 500 soulbound, the 500 soulbound cards, because right now I think that's a pretty hard stretch goal for sure. If you're only winning 38 glint per match, right? But how high do we have to climb to kind of get out of that? That's my main question right now. We're still playing relatively easy bots, so we're not going to heal. We're at 30. Let's just gonna run that one team that we were running. Let's go Grimbardoon here, here. Kind of want a better tank, or do I go 4 or 6? Nope, can't do that. Let's see. The sniping here is actually gonna hurt a lot, so let's go 2, 3. Just in case my opponent decides to run the exact same team I am, I need some stuff here in the middle. I think this Grimbardoon will kind of hold off any melee attack itself. I'm not super worried about that. If they come heavy with magic, these snipers should be taking them out. So we'll see. But this might be the team to spam. So I'm gonna choose the two range attacks here, unless my opponent shows me something. Ooh, look at that. Crypto YGG Light. That must be one of the YGG people. I might be beating up on a fellow YGGer. Sorry. Hopefully you're watching the stream. Because, yeah, I know that when the YGGers swarm these games, they throw YGG in all their tags. So, and the fact that I'm, like, waiting for my opponent here means that they're figuring out a lineup. So, I hope they don't get super frustrated. Okay, look at this. So, it's not bad. It's not a bad lineup that they have here. But this guy in the back's just not going to be doing any attacking anytime soon. This, though, is a great play. This guy will get ramped up to be essentially 4 attack, and he'll single, like, he'll kill. So, like, by turn 3, he actually might kill this guy if I can't get through him fast enough. So, ruh-roh, Raggy. This might suck. Or he might poison my guy. Let's find out. Nope. Didn't poison, but ugh. So that guy's dead. I need to get through. Alright, we did it. Woo! So that opportunity guy dropped into the front now. So this is he put together a really good team though. Like that was a pretty good team to get that going. Oh, he's at 520 on the rating. See, somebody's doing it. Somebody's doing great. So let's go ahead and close this. Let me go see if I can see instead of trying to get there myself. Let's go get to, whoops. Let's go look at Crypto YGG /light. And let's see what their matches have been lately. So still playing with theirs. Oh, their losses, but nope, still 33 glint here. But they don't have, it does not look like they have any staked SPS going on their account right now. So they are just going for the hard grind. Hard grind. A win streak there got them up to 32. But yeah, they're at 560 rating, and they're earning less glint than we are right now where we're at. So at 560, he was doing 33, and we just did, you know, oops, let me get out of this. And on that win, we just got 41, and we are 160 some rating points lower than them. So like that staked SPS is getting us, you know, I'd say what, 20% more right now. Yeah, let's just keep playing it out. See if we can get to the point where we can maybe get like 100 glint in a win, because then I think that'll be light at the end of the tunnel at that point. Because, you know, we talked about what do you need to get like 500 wins during the course of all this, and really you need to play for a while. So that's definitely what it looks like here. And then the other thing that you can do then is, as you're playing, the last thing that we'll close this video on is we'll kind of do a rental. We'll go to the market and we'll rent some cards. You know, that's like the other way that you can spend the credits that you get for the spell book, and that'll really help you to progress in your winnings. Oh, we're seeking. Taking a minute. It's good. Means it's actually trying to find us a player and not a bot. You know what? That might have been a player too. Yeah, honestly, these all might be players at this point, because I forget, like, when we get swarmed with new players, it could be any of these. Ooh, okay, so now looking at this guy's actually playing with real cards, and they are level 3. So he's playing with bronze level cards. So this deck that I'm about to play against should be better than me. And then we'll go talk about how we're going to handle that. So we've got a Born Again rule set. How do I want to handle this? Let's go. I don't think I want that one. Let's do blue black. No, it's not a lot of health. It's not a lot of health. I mean, it might have to be blue black, or no, blue white. Let's do blue white. Those are still pretty low. Anyway, this is what we're running with. We'll do it. All right. Now, how do we want to build this team out? 4, 5. We got 6 mana left. Ugh. Nothing really good here that I'm like super happy about. Only got 3 left, which means that like this next card is gonna just be like my entire front tank, or I try to shift into another color. Let's try red green. See what red green does. That looks a little bit better. All right, so let's go here, here, here. I think these are kind of like the fundamentals that you'll be running with for a minute. We've got a sneaker. Oh wow, I am not tanking with anything good. Just to be clear, crap. This is no bueno. This is a bad team. Calling it right now. All right, I'm gonna run him up front and just rely on heavy magic just to this card. No, I'm so dead. Okay, so this card in the back, this is a great play by whoever this was. This is a corrosive ward, or I'm sorry, it's a void armor card. So this thing is essentially that 11 shield will absorb magic attacks the whole way, and then when it revives, it'll revive with all of those shields. So this thing's essentially got 24 health I gotta run through. And guess what? We're not going to run through it. This thing's got void armor too. This is a great team. This is a great team. Well thought out. So like epic. These are not part of your starter cards. But let's actually take this opportunity now to maybe go see how much these cost. All right. So we encountered our first hiccup. We got a loss. Now we're super frustrated and we're like, man, what do I do about it? You go to the market and you go to card rentals. And this is where you can jump in and rent some of the newest cards for super cheap. So one of the first things that I will recommend that we rent is we take a look at, where's our dragons? This guy right here is probably the best bronze card ever in summoners. It just came out. It's absolutely wonderful. Absolutely rent this one. So we're gonna rent. It's 9 DEC a day, and there's like 10 days left in the season. Yeah, total rental days will be 10 days. So I'm going to spend 90 DEC to rent this card, and I will not regret a single minute of that. So I now have a legendary summoner, and that allows me to play level 3 commons, level 2 rares, 2 epics, and level 1 legendaries. So that's the first card you're going to rent. 1000%. Oh, sorry. Let's go back to card rentals. Let's look at some of the other Conclave Arcana cards. Let's jump in and do. Let's rent all of the green cards if we want. No, let's. Who did we really like? This guy. This guy is a fantastic guy in bronze. We're gonna rent him for 1 DEC a day. It costs 10 DEC. For sure. Rent him. And then let's see. That's a bronze staple. Let's see. Rental. Oops. Card rentals. Let's see. What else do we want to do? This guy is really good. But actually, let's do our gnomes, because I think the gnomes are some of the best cards in modern. So let's go ahead and rent this one. This is the summoner for the gnomes, and let's go ahead and go back. Oh man, I gotta stay in this card rentals. Sorry guys, I haven't done this in a really long time. Let's see. Go with the other blacks. We're gonna actually search and select a bloodline, and I'm gonna look for gnomes specifically. So gnomes, there we go. So yes. So yes. For sure, want that. Rent. Confirm. Let's see. So I'm gonna click the market button here instead of the item, and that'll just take me right back to where I was. For sure want the Filthy Scavenger. Ooh, that one's a little bit more expensive, but it'll be fine. 57 DEC. We rented the Summoner for 90, so 5 cents for 10 days. That's good. Plus, you got $3 essentially to start. So, like you can see, we're not even 10% through what the game gave us to start. Let's for sure do this one. Rent. So what did we start with? We started with gnomes. We started with the dragon summoner that has poison burst, and we started with the water elemental that has resurrect. So let's see. Ah, crap! Did it again. Card rentals. Let's go. Yeah, that's a great sneaker. That one's got rust. So yep. Rent that. 48. Then we'll rent rent this one. And then we'll rent that Lucky Long Shot. We like her. So let's go items. Oh crap. Market. Card rentals. Alright, Lucky Long Shot. Yep. Rent. Okay. And then let's just kind of see where we're at there. I think I've gotten a good amount of gnomes to start. Let me see. I got. I think this is the only one I didn't. So let me just pick it up. We'll get it. So yeah, I've spent at this point 400 DEC. So I spent 40 cents. And now the cards that I've rented for 10 days. So we are absolutely ready to now get back in here and beat up on some people. So one of the things that I'm going to be spamming here, I think in the very beginning, is I'm going to spam this Dragon Summoner, and I'm going to spam that blue elemental that we got. This isn't insider knowledge anymore. So... but this is one of the things that I had identified in testing when I was doing Conclave Arcana testing for the team, is that this summoner specifically with this ability that I'm about to show you guys is pretty broken in bronze. So we'll see how much we can destroy with it and go from there. So if at any point we can play dragons and blue, we're going to run this strategy and see how far it takes us. So, but yeah, everything is set up in game for you to do it. This is all done on the blockchain, and all that DEC that we just spent went to players. Like, the cards that we have right now are owned by other players in the ecosystem that have put that on the market for you to use for a small fee. And that's the way our game is set up. And so, oh no, I got lost magic. Darn it. That's okay. We're still going to do it. We're going to run our summoner. And then we're going to run, let's see. What do we want to do at this point? We probably want death still. Yeah, because we've got rust and all that stuff. All right, so we're going to just run these two big ones up front because we always do. We've got a sneaker. Got some rust here that we appreciate. We've got an opportunity. That's a big 3 attacker, so we really like that. And then what else? What else do we want to do? Our last 6 is another opportunity guy. So I've got 2 opportunity attackers, 1 sneaker, but it's such a big attack that I don't mind doing it. This is flanking behind our Ulan, like always. So, and then we're kind of rusting some of those shields down because this is a non-magic rule set. So shields are always used for blocking in this case. So now we will use the tactics of Poison Burst and Corrosion Shield. So I'm going to put Poison Burst essentially on the things that I believe are going to die first. I believe this front tank is going to die first, but then he also has brought 2 opportunity attackers. So the opportunity targets right now are here and here, actually. So, and I have a feeling they are going to kill these faster than they get through this. So I'm going to move that from here to here, and that's what we're going to do. So now what Poison Burst does is when they kill one of my things that have Poison Burst, then it will poison, it'll for sure poison the thing that killed it, but then also it will allow, it could give a chance to poison the things around it. My Ulan died first. There we go. So there's the Poison Burst, and you see that it triggered on that guy as well. So now poisoned, it's going to do 2 damage to them every single turn. And in bronze, that is absolutely oppressive. So there we go. I also just earned some SPS, 0.0001 SPS. So a super fraction of a penny. But I did get like a minus 57% on my SPS earnings because I'm still running starter cards. So like that's another thing that you could do, is you could literally just go and rent a single BCX of everything just so that you're not getting docked on the starter cards anymore. But, you know, still 39 glint and pretty good team. All right, so here we go. Broken arrows, but we do have our dragon and we have our water. So let me show you this broken strategy that I found during testing. So let's run there. Let's run here. That's a lot. That actually might kill me. I don't like that. Let's go here, here, here. And sure. We'll run reach and blast, and nah, I don't know. We'll run here and opportunity. All right, so same thing. I'm just gonna kind of set this team up in a way that I feel like makes the most sense, but I will put Poison Burst on the 2 things that I believe are gonna die first. One of them should be this guy, and this guy has an ability that is Resurgence. So when he dies, he self-resurrects once per battle with 100% health and armor. All magic debuffs are removed, and all magic buffs are reapplied. Skip's turn, deals 1 physical damage to all units. So this thing dies, comes back to life with full health and full shields. So essentially, you're looking at like a 2 shield, 5 health, double it. So it's 4 shields, 10 health. But if I put Poison Burst on it, it'll get 2 triggers on death of poison bursting. So by the time, if they get through these 2 monsters, the majority of their team should probably be absolutely just poisoned. And then because we're in bronze, there's not really a lot of health, so they should die. They should die pretty quick. So Poison Burst, Poison Burst. Now, the Corrosion Shield is pretty nice because Corrosion Shield, if something attacks it physically with shields, then it removes the shields permanently. Like, they can't get them back. So, let's see. In this case, we have, again, Opportunity, Sneak, and then, honestly, nothing else is happening. So, sadly, I have to put the Poison Burst elsewhere because I don't know, this guy's probably never going to get through here, but this is target number 1 for the opportunity and this is target number 1 for the sneak, and so they're actually never going to get to this guy. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, we'll put him back here though. This is where the tactics are really nice because it gives you like another layer for you to make decisions based on what your opponent's doing. So because I know this guy is going to attack here first and this guy's attacking back here, like I know where the poison's going to come. So what you just saw is that poison triggered on the thing that killed me, and then it triggered on the 2 cards around it. And they both took 2 damage per turn. So like total on these poison bursts, their cards took 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 damage passively. Like, I didn't have to do anything because of that ability. So this is why, in my opinion, this summoner is what you're going to just spam in battles forever until somebody stops you. Like, just do that. Do that. See how high you can get. I'll see how high I can get. And we'll go from there. But those are the best. That's the best bronze strategy, I think, in the game right now. And especially for, like, spamming. But, yeah. You can play 24 matches in a day. So, you know, log on very regularly. As you climb, like, what'll happen here is, you know, if I win this one, or I'm sorry, if I win the next couple, like if I get to like 500 rating, then crossing over into bronze 2, I'll get another set of chests. And we can go through those and kind of see what those look like, and then hopefully maybe pull our first soulbound card, unlock. We can unlock 2 of them. That's what we'll do. Maybe once we get there, we'll unlock some of our reward chests too. We'll see how much glint we've earned and open up some chests. The other aspect of the glint is every bit of glint you earn, you're also banking the same amount that you'll get at the end of the season. So I'll show you what that looks like right at the end of this. But it looks like, I mean, I don't even have to look at what my opponent's playing. I'm literally spamming I'm spamming stuff. So I don't get to play my magic guy. It's melee only. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know, take a look and see like where my best melee cards are. But they are, well, they might be in red. Red's looking pretty good. Red's got 3 attackers and a shield up front. Blue's got shields, but that's really about it. Green's got the boost there, but nothing else backing it up. White's got a flank, which is actually real nice. So, but I think red's probably the clear winner. What it looks like to me. All right. So I'm actually going to run this guy up front because he's got ambush, and that's actually going to be pretty helpful for us. The problem is he's got this ability that's actually going to, like, kill me faster than it's going to help me. It is a really good card, though. Let me see what I can get away with. Let's see if I can move maybe this guy here and maybe go that route. And maybe I can just get this poison burst to trigger. So we'll see what my opponent decides to play. We got another Yoggothar. Who's Yoggothar? This might be an in-game bot. No, because I wouldn't be waiting on an in-game bot. I don't know. New players, no guilds. I'm at the point, like, on my main account, I play Diamond. I play top level. I'm, I think, 34th on the leaderboard. And so I'm used to, like, anytime you get a no guild, it's usually, like, the liquidity bots. So I'm not used to seeing, like, real players down here without guilds, because that's one of the first things that a lot of players do is they go to try to find a guild. And if that's something that you're interested in, just let me know. You can let me know in the chat. Hit me up on Discord. I am here to help you guys for the next 3 weeks. So let's go. Let's go. Man, I am having to wait. Yes, so you guys do actually get starter packs when you buy a spellbook. So I just confirmed that with Investigator. So, yeah, that's actually awesome. So in your starter packs, or in your spell books, you receive starter packs, which allows you to pull some of these Conclave Arcana cards. You get 4 commons and a rare, and so just by buying a spell book, you're actually already on your way to the 100 cards of Conclave Arcana. That specific... Yeah, why am I waiting for my opponent still? My opponent's taking a minute. I think they surrendered. So, if we look at our GAP season here, and we look at the Conclave Collector, this one says, get your spell book and then buy or own at least 100 Conclave Arcana cards in your collection. So, at that point, you can go to the market. Like, I mean, if you wanted to, they surrendered. Ooh. Ooh. All right, look at that. Bronze 2. Let's check the rewards. So we got another 3 chests. I'm not going to use the potions because I think potions are better for packs, especially like if you're still trying to build your collection. Right now, I've got more potions in my account than I know what to do with, so I use them on chests all the time. I don't recommend that for you guys at the end of the day. Alchemy potion, legendary potion, merits. Still don't have that first reward card. But anyway, so this is looking at it right now. This right here is your tally of like your glint balance and then how much you've got coming to you at the end of the season. So in this case, we just won 44 glint. So I earned 44 that I could spend right now, and 44 went into my balance for end of season. So essentially right now, between the two, you made 88 glint between what is coming in and what's there. So that'll really also help, because end of season, when you collect those, then you can run to the reward shop and you can really open some of these. So right now I've got 1700 glint. Let's go ahead and open 10 of these cards for 15. Whatever. Let's do 11. So 11 cards, 1650, and I'm not going to use any of the alchemy potions because I don't really need them to turn gold foil. There's a chance they'll turn gold foil automatically. So when you buy these, there's a 25 or a 4% chance that they will turn gold foil. So gold foil gives you increased earnings, and they're higher level right out the gate. So those are actually pretty cool if we pull those. We got a Broken Earth Thug. We got Drybone Hobgoblin. We got Martoran Trader. We got another Broken Earth Thug. We got a Totog Constrict. An Ujrak Elder. Can't say that again to save my life. I might have nailed it on that pronunciation. The Great Alpine Skink. That's a good one. We definitely need that one. These double ups, as soon as we get 5 of the same ones, like, we can combine them in order to level them up, and that's actually pretty helpful. But boom, there you go. 11 soulbound reward cards right out the gate. So that's how you're gonna really, I think, go about your reward card journey. And as you kind of progress through, hopefully, you're able to get to a point where you're earning quite a bit. Like, if we cross the threshold of 70 glint per win, then you're essentially earning 1 card per win at that point. It'll be every 2 wins during the season you'll be able to do one, and then you'll be able to do a bunch of them right at the end of the season too. So yeah, and if you want to, I guess the other thing that we could probably, one of the things that I'll confirm is that, like, if you combine them to level them up, I don't know if that still, like, counts as, like, against your, 500 soulbound cards that you need. I don't think it should at the end of the day, because they're essentially, if you have a 400 BCX copy, that's like 400 copies of a single card. You know what I mean? All right, so we've got Super Sneak. Let's do it. Let's go Dragons, and then now we will run our first ever, because we know the sneakers are going to come back and get this first. So I'm going to put this in a position where it dies right away. Great Alpine Skink. We've got a lot of mana, so we're going to run our big guys up front. This guy is awesome, so we will stay on him. You're pretty good. What are we doing? Let's run you and you. Close. So let's do the Great Alpine Skink up front. And let's run everything else through the back. And so we're going to put this guy out back, and it'll be hopefully the first thing to die this time. And you guys can see this ability that is completely broken. All right, so attacking back, attacking back, attacking back, attacking back. All right, perfect. So this guy should die pretty soon, and then this guy might be next, honestly. So, oh, nope. This will actually die in 3 turns. So let's do that one. All right. Run it. So as they go through and kill my... Oh, come on. Oh, I need you guys to kill my thing. There we go. Poison burst, poison burst, poison burst. Or no, it didn't trigger there, but we did get the resurrection. You see that it's back. We've got poisons stuck places, so like all is well. We are totally in control at this point. And I don't expect that to ever change. But did you guys see how that reward card, that common reward card that we just pulled, like we dropped that right into our lineup? It is a fantastic card. So this is 100% what you guys need to do, is start pulling those commons, get them in there. Honestly, if you get to a point where you're like pretty comfortable that you're going to hit your goal of like the 500 soulbound cards, start pulling some of the rares too. There's some like really good rares coming. Or if you get high enough with your glint rewards, you know, maybe you start pulling some of those as well, you know. But gauge on your own journey, you know. If you're a couple weeks into this and you're kind of tracking along and you're like, man, I might be a little close, maybe you just stay with the commons for the whole time. And then once you're kind of free of the quest or you've earned the quest, then maybe you beef up all your other stuff going forward. But or you just completely fall in love with Splinterlands and you buy in. Yeah, absolutely. You get into bronze, you get into silver, and you just start buying in. All right, so same thing. We got dragon, we got water. We're spamming the team, ladies and gentlemen. We're spamming the team. There's no reason not to. All right, so let's see. Here, here, here. Then 5. Sure, do that. Honestly, this blue team, some of these, like this weapons training and like the amount of health that's on these, it's too good for where it's at right now. In this cripple rule set, it's a really good. It's really good. Just the more that you can hit them, the better off you are. So keep it up. But yeah, we'll do this. Honestly, I think I've shown you everything at this point. So hopefully, you know, this was helpful. I know it was an hour and 40 minutes, almost an hour and 45 minutes, but hopefully it's, you know, real clear. I don't know. Maybe I can clip it up, you know, to help kind of highlight a couple things throughout the week. Give you guys a point of reference for, you know, whoever wasn't here live or whoever doesn't have an hour and 40 minutes to go back and watch it again. But you know, I really wanted to get something out there to help you guys, because I know what questions you guys are going to be asking the whole time you're getting started on this. So, you know, I'm hoping we'll be able to help you here. Oh, okay. So we've got some Ulans. We've got a pretty unique team. So, all right. Everything's coming at the front line, though. We've got one opportunity guy. So this guy's going to get hit. But that's going to take 2 turns. Everybody else is coming through these guys. So, frankly, I'm just going to run this. And they'll die eventually. That guy isn't going to do more than what everybody else is doing. So, Alright. Oh man, they might not kill a single one of my guys. No, the skink will die. Poison burst, poison burst. 2 damage per turn. They didn't even get through that. Like, there's still so much health there. Hey, look at that. Our SPS is climbing. SPS is climbing. And that was minus 43% on that, too. So, what are we? Almost at... we're getting there. We're getting there. Man, I haven't played so much of bronze in forever, but I'm gonna have to show this to some of my new guys too. I was kind of hoping I got there was 2 friends of mine that I ended up talking to about this game, and we got somebody that's leveled up to a silver level, specifically in death though, and is only playing death. So I think I should be able to beat them because they'll be in starter cards for this one. But let's see. So same, we're always running those 3 because I think in this league there's just nothing really as oppressive as those. I think we can run here. Try this. So I'm gonna run this. This is a True Strike Big Ranger in the back. I'm running a secondary tank. This is not something that's going to attack, but it is something that, like, getting through this, then also getting through this is going to take them a really long time. So poison burst, poison is just really one of those like slow burns that can happen. So as long as I've kind of put it in a way where if I'm getting poison burst triggers, if I can just sustain late into the game, even if I'm not doing enough damage to kill them, they're going to do enough damage to themselves to die. So that's really what we're aiming for here. But oh man, you're gonna have to let me know. Let me know on Discord. Let me know in the on Hive or wherever you want to get a hold of me. Like, how does Splinterlands look for you as a new player? You know, how does it look coming into this? Like, did I show you something that just like really helped kind of unlock something for you? Was there something that was missing, you know? Because yeah, this is a very fun game. I've been playing it for 4 years now, and man, we've been everywhere. Like, there's just been so much that has happened in this game. So let's see. So we got our True Strike, blah blah blah. We got 1 opportunity. So again, it's here, but everybody else is coming through here. So those are the 2 places I'm gonna put the poison burst, and we'll go from there. But honestly, I have a lot of attack up front, and I mean, I have a lot of defense up front, and it's just darn it. There you go, poison burst, poison burst. So those 2 guys will be dead in 2 turns if I don't kill them myself. So man, poison burst is crazy. Then also just kind of stacking yourself up in a way. Look, we're getting 57 glint per win now. So between that and the end of season, you're at 114. So let's get it. And we've spent a little over 10% of the total starting funds that we had, and this is just the beginning. You know, this is just the beginning. You can go as you maybe do more trainings, as you get with more friends. You know, try some of the other colors, try some of the other splinters, see what you like, see if something's kind of really showing up as like a fun splinter that you want to go with, try out some of the other legendary summoners. Like the legendary summoners from Rebellion are pretty broken. If you start running Tofu or Lorcus, like run Lorcus in bronze, and you will storm roll people. It is crazy. So, oh man, for the first time, we don't have a dragon to play, but blue is still just amazing. So we're gonna play blue still. But we rented a lot of black cards, so we're gonna actually do blue-black in this case. So let's do our blue, and then let's do our opportunity big guy that we rented. Do here, and like always, we could actually double weapon strain on this one. We can do a range, we can do the there, and we can do the magic. So like we can actually do that, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna double weapon strain this guy so that he's swinging with a magic, and then what else are we gonna do? Let's go for this other one. Let's give him magic as well. Let's go that route. See what happens. So this elemental, I think, is just one of the best cards in bronze because of it's a 6-mana card, but because it's resurrect, it's got essentially 10 health and 14, and that's really hard to fight through all of that. Uh-oh, I do not have enough health. Okay, boom. Ooh, we got there, but look at that. I mean, that it was still standing. It was still standing after all of that. It's crazy. 64 glint. Now we're at 128. Did you guys see that SPS? That SPS is getting there too, and we're not even really out of bronze 2 yet. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see. Oh no, deflect field. Brr. Okay. Same thing though. I think just where cards are concerned, I think the value on this is just way too much. So I'm gonna run with that, and I think it's good enough. It might just be good enough. I'm gonna do. Do I do like a camo here? No. Scatter. I'm doing one of these, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to do this because I don't like that 1 damage to myself all the time. I just don't think that's helpful right now. So I'm gonna pick something here, but man, they just don't have any health. There's like no health here. I'm not gonna pick this one because when this thing comes back, it does 1 damage to everything, and so that'll die right away. We're gonna do this. But at 12 mana, it's just such a... There's only so many cards that you can play when you've only got 12 mana. 12 is the lowest mana game that you can play. So I picked a super low summoner and then ran just the cheapest cards that I could. But with that one ability that we have there, it essentially it has so much health in a magic attack. Like there's very few cards, I think, at least at this level, that will give you more value than what that will give you. So we'll see. Hopefully it's good enough. Hopefully it's good enough. There's still a couple of these cards. Yeah, so that guy's gonna take me out right away. Only dealing 1 damage per turn, and then he's actually gonna boost both of these. I'm gonna lose this one. I'm gonna lose this one. Oh wow, that thing's getting exhausted too soon. Ooh, yeah. GG. GG. Darn. Had my win streak snapped. Oh, I got greedy. That was such a good play. That's a What he played though is an epic Soulbound card. So like that's actually a hard one to get. There's not going to be a lot of people down here that have that card specifically. So but yeah, that's Splinterlands. Hopefully this has been helpful. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I love the game, and I want to help you to be a part of the game. Like I said, my name is Rogue Patton. You can find me on Discord. You can find me on Hive. You can find me here. I do a show on Sundays with my boy Mondroid. So swing by Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and hang out with us then too. But until next time, quest on, my friends. We'll see you soon.